Tonight on Colonial Sports Center, you thought last week was absolutely insane. We haven't seen anything yet. Joe Walton and friends host their first ranked 1AA team ever, and the hype is all for a reason. 00 team at Joe Walsh Stadium. The women's ice hockey team is on fire. The ladies take on the Dutch women of Union. So be cool, my babies, be cool, because Colonial Sports Center starts now.
Welcome to Colonial Sports Center. Hey, wake up.
Just put it in contact. It's more sanitary if I don't use hands.
Yeah, okay. He's Brian Turpak, and I'm Heather Suddeth. And after he wakes up in a little bit, hopefully soon, he's going to give us some spicy football highlights.
I guess I will. But do you think you were the only one who thought the 14-10 win over Wagner could be the best game ever for Bobby Moe? Well, take a number. So did everyone else. Then Central Connecticut State came to town. For the first time in school history, the Colonials faced a ranked 1AA team, that being the number 19 Blue Devils. The Colonials were fresh off their 4-game winning streak Saturday, looking to showcase one of the team's best defenses ever. It was a brisk homecoming Saturday afternoon with alumni on hand, such as the new Cleveland Browns center, Hank Fraley. But, you know, we won't hold that against them. To Joe Waugh's homecoming hangover hollow we go. And all-time record against the Blue Devils, 10-2. However, CCSU has taken the last two. The last one, actually, was Selinsky's first game ever, first quarter. Selinsky back, feeling the pressure, finds Frankie Probst for 17 yards. First down, RMU after a long third down. 6 plays later, fake handoff to Moises Hernandez. Whoop! Selinsky had taken himself, barreling 4 yards to pick up the first down on 3rd and 3. Puts it at the Blue Devil 40-yard line, second down. Joe Walton digging through the goodie bag-o tricks. Kevin Drakeford with the handoff, but passes it back to Selinsky, finds man-on-man coverage and bombs it to Sharon Evers with a beautiful grab. 35 yards, a deal extra point is good. 7-0, good games. Good guys, game plan seamless so far. Ensuing drive, Devils got a punt. Chris Rose going to get acquainted with Mike Nicholas. Nicholas, big-time friend of the show. 13-yard loss, sets up great field position for the Selinsky and boys at the 31, but seriously, get out of the pocket. Ball gets knocked loose. CCSU will recover. Turnovers have been killer for RMU. Even worse is the other team converting. Justice Hairston, longtime listener, first-time caller, welcome to the show. Game tied at 7, 61 yards for the touchdown, second quarter. Butterfingers, Ryan Heaney with a muff punt. Mike Nicholas making sure he stays down. 14-yard loss, and things aren't going to get any better for that special teams. Trust me. Next Blue Devil drive, faking everyone out. Quarterback Ryan Holmes going to scamper 9 yards, but loses the football. Turnovers. Hooray! Turnovers. Jeff Romas with the recovery. Let's go. Eric Selinsky going to drop back. Finds a wide-open Michael Rogers on the inside slant, dragging people for a 23-yard gain. 2 plays later at the RMU 35, Selinsky stumbled in the pocket, dishes it off to Jarvis Powers, and whoop! Cash money. Watch the Michael Rogers throw a key block right there, and he could go all the way. Touchdown, RMU 14-7, 65 yards to the promised land. Still second quarter, Blue Devils with the ball back, but not for long because you just pulled landscaping duty. Jeff Romans with the pick. Made it look so easy a caveman could do it. And he could stumble down to the 8-yard line, take another look. So pretty. Take off 31 yards for cheating. First down, RMU. Selinsky again finds Jarvis Powers for 16. Both of them are going to get absolutely jacked up on the play. They'll be all right before the end of the half. Tack on another 3. I love gold. 17-7, RMU at the half. Heather.
CCSU Holmes gets the ball, fakes the left, but he decides to keep it himself. He gets wrapped up, but oh wait, not so much down the sideline. He goes until he's knocked out by James Kazel, a gain of 13 yards. 4 plays later, Hairston does a few mountain climbers for a gain of 6 and a first down. Justice Harrison again, right here, in 2 seconds, if it'll not freeze.
We seem to be having some technical difficulties. We will get back. Here we go.
Oh,
Let's go.
First play again. We're going to go with that. Again, Holmes going for the 13-yard gain on the sideline. And there it is right there. You see it again. And 4 plays later, Hairston does a few mountain climbers once again for a gain of 6 and a first down. And here we go to this play. Justin Hairston again, up, and away, but he's back down to the 1-yard line. Or is he? The refs say the goal is good. Take another look. The ball had forward progress and broke the plane, so therefore justice did do us some justice and win with a touchdown. The ball had, 3 and 7 RMU. Selinsky drops back, looks for the pass, and he's forced to throw it. Chris Thibault picks it up and goes for the 28th interception. Here, Selinsky almost gets it just before the tackle. 8 plays later, CCSU with an attempt at a field goal, but Keeney's kick is wide. The 24-yarder is kicked to the curb. Hold it, coach. The game's almost over. Middle of the 4th, Holmes drops back to eye up his target, and that he does indeed. 43-yard torpedo lands in Cagliavani's hands with ease. 4 plays later, the field goal of 20 yards is finally good. Strike up 3 for White. The game's tied up 17-17. Justice Holmes with the goal again. He finds the hole, and away he goes until he's sandwiched to the ground by Romas and Pruitt. And 3 plays later on the RMU 29 with 2 yards, Hairston takes the ball and adds 13 and 2 for 15 yards. Last play of the 4th quarter, RMU's defense holds strong, and Hairston is brought down to the ground by Wenger and Brunk. 9 seconds left. Can they do it? Here the guys line up on the field, trying to get it all together. Oh, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Time is up. That's right. Hello, overtime. Make some noise and get that defense ready.
And for the first time ever at home, Robert Morris will play in overtime. Bobby Moe first with the ball, first and goal at the 10. Vince Magnone going to get the ball, and he'll add 6 more to his total of 23 yards on the day. Next play, second down, Selinsky going to toss it out to Moises Hernandez, going to try to find a seam, but the worm burner got him right at the end zone line. Mario Hines trying to get everyone jacked up for the 4th and goal attempt at the 1-2 in the backfield. Selinsky going to fake the handoff to Ryan Listoff, tries to boot it out to the left and stopped at the goal line. Going to get stuffed. Blue Devils D holds. All they need is points. Any kind of points. Big third down, a little play action to Ryan Holmes. Going to lob it out to Josh Roth, but a huge pass interference call keeps the drive alive for the Devils. 2 plays later, Justice Hairston going to get the handoff and sees nothing but open space. Trips at the goal line. Third down. Does RMU have it in them for another stand? Of course they do, yes, but it wouldn't matter because the Blue Devils just need a field goal to win, and that's it. And what? Are you kidding me? An 18-yard attempt missed. Mass chaos ensues. Bobby Moe is still alive. Sets up the second overtime. And RMU elects to go on defense first, 3rd and 6 at the 10. The dish out to Hairston, and a little trickery turns into a little treachery. Give me that. Jackie Candy with yet another turnover. Interception, runs it about 6 yards out. Doesn't matter. Going to get the ball back. 2nd down and 11 for RMU when we get the ball. Selinsky going to find Vince Magnone, who's going to rumble and stumble. 14 yards up to the CCSU 12-yard line. First down, RMU. 3rd down and 12. Eric Selinsky drops back in the pass. Surveys the field. Finds Mario Hines in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, 23-17. The band's on the field. The band's on the field. Overtime victory. Can you believe it? RMU pulls off a stunning victory over CCSU. For their side, Justice Hairston, a great running back, 49 carries, 266 yards. Ryan Holmes, 5 for 8, 84 yards for him. Ryan Heaney, 2 missed field goals, 2 huge missed field goals. Could have won the game for him. Robert Morris says Brian Harden, 19 carries, 43 yards. Eric Selinsky, 12 for 20, 3 touchdowns for him. Jeff Romas, 18 tackles, ties a school record. Also had 1 interception. And joining us right now is CSC's very own football analyst, Bill Romango. Welcome to the show.
Thank
Bill, you and I and the rest of Colonial Country out there know that there was a bunch of big plays in the game on Saturday, but they don't just happen.
That's true. It's not just magic, Brian. It's actually a lot of planning from Joe Walton and his coaching staff and great execution by the whole team. When everybody comes together for a common goal, great things can happen. Let's check out the tape a little bit more closely and see how RMU came away with this thrilling overtime victory. Big play here. Jarvis Powers, you see him circled. The safety walks up a little bit, giving Jarvis an extra bit of space he needs. Ed Hunt comes out on the pull, gets a great block to free Eric Selinsky to step up. Jarvis catches the ball, makes a move, and here you see Mike Rogers. We freeze on him. He throws a great block that will spring 8-6 for the touchdown. Jarvis Powers, great play, and great play all around for the whole team. Now, it's also willing to note that a big play came in this game that I have to mention. Nate DiLorenzo kicking a field goal with 42 seconds left in the first half. Had he not made this kick, which wasn't automatic at 36 yards, the Colonials may have lost this game. Big props to D'Lo on that one. Now we'll fast forward to overtime a little bit and see what happens with the game tied at 17-all. Here you see the right tackle for Central Connecticut circled. He's tired of blocking big Ray Gensler all day, so he tries to cut him, but Gensler gets right back up, stops number 21 right on the goal line. Into the second overtime we go. Central Connecticut runs a little option play to the right. Nothing special, right? Well, they had been running a lot of dive plays in overtime, and as you'll see, Jeff Romas and Jordan Howard are up the middle looking for the dive, and Central Connecticut fakes the option to the left, but it's actually a pass. Jackie Candy sort of gets beat on the play because he doesn't read it right, but you see Chad Wengert, Shannon Smoot get their hands up, cause the lob pass. Candy comes down with it. Now just get down, come on. There he goes, down on the ground. Now RMU gets possession. All they need to do is score a field goal, but they're going for the touchdown. You see the outside linebackers blitzing on this play, a big theme for Central Connecticut. Brian Mullins, not his guy to block, but he still makes a great play, keeps his eyes open and alert, and so Solinsky can get the ball to Magnone. He gets upfield for the first down. A closer look, you see Mullins just gets enough of him so Solinsky can get the ball away. And here's the big one, folks. Once again, they come from the outside with the rushers, Central Connecticut does. But look at the great protection by the RMU offensive line and the running backs as well. Eric Solinsky, when he has time to throw, makes special things happen. Mario Hines gets it. Pandemonium ensues.
I'll tell you what, Bill, I'm going to recast my vote for possibly the greatest game of, in RMU football history.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
But I'm a little apprehensive to make that recasting of a vote because we have Monmouth this week.
Oh, that's true. With the number 3 Hawks coming in, there are still serious NEC implications, but the O-line is playing really well right now, giving Eric Solinsky kinds of all times to throw. In fact, Coach Walton said that it's the most improved bunch since the beginning of the year. In fact, Big John Stauner anchors the line at center with Ed Hunt and Brian Mullins next to him at the guards. Joe Sedicase and 4-year starter Gus Alonzo at the tackle spots have been solid all year as well. Every game is a big game, and there's a lot of excitement about this Monmouth game as well.
Indeed there is. That's Bill Romango. I'm Brian Terapak. We're going to toss it over to Heather Sudduth right now.
Thanks, guys. This past weekend, St. Francis continued to ease on down the road, losing another football game and making sorry about that. Their 6th loss in a row against Stony Brook right here, against 30-20. CCSU and Robert Morris, as we just went over, 23-17. Robert Morris came double overtime. They won there. Monmouth took a win over Wagner, 28-7, and Albany over Sacred Heart. And here's the football standings. Robert Morris and Stony Brook are tied in first. Monmouth and Albany are in third, 2-1. CCSU and Sacred Heart are 1-2, and Wagner and St. Francis are 0-3.
As we alluded to earlier, Monmouth is now ranked 3rd in the mid-major polls. Let's take a look at all the changes. The Sports Network report that the Colonials have shifted up 1 spot after dropping the Blue Devils down to number 5. Look at the NEC's representing. Following up CCSU is the Albany Great Danes and the Dukes, who haven't changed, but the Stony Seawolves moved up 2 spots from number 10 to number 8. New additions to the list are the Davidson Wildcats and the Jacksonville Dolphins. Oh, should probably mention that Wagner just missed the list with only 18 votes. Senior outside linebacker Jeff Romas from nearby Gibsonia was named the NEC Defensive Player of the Week. Look, that dude hit 18 tackles against the Blue Devils, 7 solo, not to mention a fumble recovery, a pass breakup, and an interception. So far this season, he leads the Colonials with 55 tackles. 26 of those came by himself. That's good enough to make him 7th in the NEC. This is Romas' 2nd weekly accolade in 3 weeks. High five.
Now bringing him back for the first time this year, Mr. Andrew Chiappese.
Oh, thank you, Heather. And after a long, relaxing summer on the beach, under the sun, as noticed by my obviously pale complexion, I felt it was probably time to come back, start school a little bit late, and make my anticipated appearance on CSC.
Okay, enough about the weather. How's this Monmouth game going to look?
Well, Heather, this one is going to be a good one. And greetings, kiddies. So the Colonials are indeed 5-2 on the season. They've won 5 straight after allowing Dayton to sneak up by them and laying an egg against Duquesne. Nice response to a 27-7 thrashing back in September. They're 5-2 now. Now it's letdown time. This is the time where the Colonials come crashing back down to earth. They're coming off a huge upset win against number 19 Central Connecticut State. They've won 5 straight. Logic says that they lose focus and drop 1-6 and drop one to 6-1 Monmouth this weekend at the Joe. That would be logical, right? Well, who the hell said logic exists in football? Momentum is the buzzword, and the Colonials are chock full of it. The numbers are also in their favor, and it's a general statistical rule of thumb that the home team wins in the Northeast Conference, unless, of course, you're really, really good or superbly bad. Let's take a look at how the two teams stack up this weekend. Now, when Robert Morris has the football, you have the third-ranked offense in the NEC going against the third-ranked defense. Something has to give, so let's go deeper. Monmouth is second in passing efficiency defense. That means that they don't allow a whole lot of completions. Fifth in the nation. That's a problem because Robert Morris has to rely on the pass. The Hawks are, well, ball hawks. They've picked off 10 passes and forced 8 fumbles to lead the conference. This is an opportunity for the Robert Morris running game to make a dent. They may be ranked second in the conference, but they've also had less rushing attempts against them. Monmouth jumps out ahead in games, forcing teams to pass. Robert Morris has to stick to the game plan and run the football. But right now, the edge is the Monmouth defense. Now, when the Hawks have possession of the rock, well, they better hope Robert Morris has an off day because the Colonials are the best defense Monmouth has faced. Granted, Monmouth has a little bit more size on the offensive line, but the Colonials did a great job keeping Justice Harrison in check last week. Yeah, you heard me. It took him 49 carries to get 250 yards. When you break it down, a measly average of less than 5 yards per carry, a mere pittance compared to what the elite runner of the NEC has averaged this year. Expect more of the same. Lots of attempts, but little progress, as the Robert Morris defense should handle the Monmouth offense. So for the second straight week, the game comes down to the intangibles and special teams. Monmouth's return game, well, they're awful. Last in the conference, close to last in the nation. Robert Morris, meanwhile, is up towards the top. The kickers are about even, but Mario Hines gives the Colonials a huge boost in the return game. So that leads us to the intangibles, my favorite. You know, that whole momentum thing mentioned earlier, the Colonials are on a roll. Monmouth's only loss is against a tough conference opponent, Stony Brook. Monmouth may be the favorite for the bookies, but the Colonials have the edge. We'll see if they can use it to their advantage on Saturday.
And with that said, I'm sure you can definitely anticipate a high-energy game. They're kind of going to be like the Energizer Bunny. RMU's going to keep going and going and going.
Yeah, right.
No?
Okay, Heather, nice analogy, but on that note, I'm done here.
Bartender, give me something on ice. How about some Dutch women on the rocks? Come back, guys, and bring your hats when CSC hits the rink next.
Welcome back.
Other eye.
Well, as Brian gets his contacts fixed, I'm going to carry the rest of the show on my back. And what a better way to do so than to start off with the Lady Colonials of the Frozen Pond. Winning must be in Colonial blood because on Sunday, the women's ice hockey team earned victory number 2 for the season by sweeping Union College 3-2. Congrats to Chelsea Walkland for earning a first star with her game-winning goal, and also to sophomore Morgan Beekrich for getting her first multi-shot game of the season. And if you thought that performance was impressive, then wait till you see what Saturday night's game has to say. Let's go to the Island Sports Center. And here we have the out come the Colonials for the game, and here they are right there celebrating. Down the ice, we have a shot. RMU scores. They're up 1-0. Little technical difficulties here.
Yeah, it seems that, you know, these things happen every once in a while. You know how it is, but
the plays just started coming, but
yeah, definitely.
And just to let you know, RMU had a very good game. It was back and forth the whole time. A lot of shots on the field, on the ice. Very quick.
Hey, you know what? This is the beauty of live television. It looks like it had another goal. I don't know. What's going on here?
There goes Union. There we go. Yeah. There's a score for them.
Red light
Down the ice comes number 5, and they score once again. Like I told you, it's just back and forth all the way throughout this game.
Hopefully there wasn't a blackout here. We'll see.
Hopefully not. Oh, look at that. There's a long pass, and it's caught, and it's put in. That's right. Our girls know what they're doing on the ice. Around the back, pay attention here. In the front, there's going to be a box. They're going to go in the box for interference right here. Wow.
It's okay. It happens. These things happen. These things
happen.
But there's a hat trick in this game. And here, well,
we'll just go to the stats. For New Zealand, Elise Nichols had 1 goal. Brenda Malner had 1 goal. And Danielle Kimball had 18 saves. Pretty impressive. For Robert Morris, Kristen Miles had a hat trick. Alyssa Dorman had 2 goals, which were back-to-back for her. And Brianne McLaughlin had 10 saves. And with that under our belts, let's go to Kelly Burke to see what she had to say about this ice puck standoff. Kelly?
Saturday and pulled out a very big win late in the game. After 1 period of play, the score was tied at 2, but from then on, it was all Colonials, finishing 7-2. Coach Handrahan commented on the game and how well his team played.
I thought we played hard. I thought it was kind of a progression for us. I thought we played a little bit lax in the first period, came through a little bit better in the second period, and obviously we had a very good third period.
A big contributor to the win was the team's sophomore captain, Kristen Miles, who scored a hat trick on the night.
Basically, our coach just told us that we need to pick up our tempo. I think the reason that we were flat is because we came out and played their game. We had extra time than we normally do against better teams, so we slowed our pace down and they took it to us. But I think we came out and were a lot quicker and made our plays a lot better second and third.
Miles' contributions to her team have been ongoing all season, which helped her to become the CHA Offensive Player of the Week.
Well, I think more than anything, I think Kristen is a calming influence to our team. She's got a real calm demeanor about her. She's very businesslike, and she wants to take care of business. She's kind of a quiet leader. She'll go out there like she did tonight and lead by example and by her performance, and inspire others to play hard around her.
For Colonial Sports Center, I'm Kelly Burke.
2 weeks, count them. 2 weeks in a row, the women's ice hockey team is being recognized for some kick it. You know what? I think we're all having that night tonight.
I really think we are.
Anyway, this week, sophomores Kristen Miles and Brianne McLaughlin were named the offensive and defensive CAH Players of the Week. Miles, a forward, recording the first hat trick in Bobby Moe's short history during the 7-2 smackdown on Union. Last weekend, goalkeeper McLaughlin notched an impressive 35 saves over the 2 games against the Dutch women.
All right, that's pretty impressive, but hey you, that's right, I said you. You best not be getting out of that seat and going to Betty Buys, because up next we have Last Call with Nicholas Lumley, and this one is one that you don't want to miss. So stay right there.
The volleyball team last Sunday played their first NEC game of the year against Sacred Heart, and things turned out, well, pretty good for the girls, winning the match 3 games to goose egg. Junior setter Tanya Serino tallied her 8th double-double of the season. Senior middle blocker Jeanette Schneider led the Colonial offense with 12 total kills on the night. The ladies will take their newly acquired 1-0 NEC record to Loretto, Pennsylvania to battle St. Francis Saturday afternoon.
What's up next for RMU Athletics on Colonial territory? Well, let me enlighten you. Tomorrow, Friday at 3 p.m., the women's soccer team is going against Long Island University. And next, we have the football versus Monmouth University. Make sure you check this one out, guys. Saturday at 1 p.m. And then we have the women's field hockey versus Siena University Sunday at 12 p.m. Make sure you head up there if you're going to be around. And the women's soccer against Wagner University at 1 p.m. on Sunday as well. Whereas the women's soccer team, they're going to be up at the North Athletic Complex for the second time this weekend, taking on Wagner at 1 once again. And on Monday, the men's club ice hockey team takes the ice against IUP at 9:20 that night. Also playing this weekend on Friday is the men's soccer team at Fairleigh Dickinson. The women's field hockey team is at Bellarmine. Saturday, women's volleyball travels to St. Francis, PA, and Sunday men's soccer is at Sacred Heart. So, if you're in the mood to stay on campus or get out of town for a bit, make sure you check out these games and wave the Colonial flag like there's something terrible.
I'm probably going to stay on campus. I'll definitely check out some of those games, but I guess it's that time again, isn't it?
Yeah, it is that time.
Oh, yeah, last call for Nick Lumley. Tonight, Nick is weighing in on last week's all-out brawl during the Miami Hurricane game. Nick, don't hit me.
Well, last week, the viewing public saw an awful display last Saturday when the American viewing public saw one of the worst displays of sportsmanship when the University of Miami football team hosted a non-conference opponent, Florida International. During this meaningless shellacking of the Golden Panthers, a fight broke out between both teams. It was not a mild scuffle, but a full-out brawl. All this happened because a few players lost their cool. Now, these players' actions were inexcusable. Both benches cleared, and there was more than hitting each other. Players were being kicked and body slammed all over the field. During this televised game, Miami safety Anthony Reddick even decided to use his helmet as a weapon as he hit a FIU player during the incident. After the brawl was cleared, 13 players were ejected from the game, and Miami went on to win 35-0 over Florida International, who now sports a 0-7 record. After the game, Miami coach Larry Coker took responsibility for the incident, saying that he would resign on Monday. Earlier this week, the NCAA sent down punishment for the fight, suspending 31 players from both schools. Florida International took the high road when they decided to extend the suspensions of all 16 players, including kicking 2 players off the team, while Miami shows no remorse for this poor display of sportsmanship. It only extended the suspension of 1 player, the previously mentioned Reddick, who was suspended indefinitely, while the other players are suspended only 1 game, and they'll play in 2 weeks after they sit out against 0-7 Duke. The Miami Athletic Department made Coker stay on as a coach as the remainder of the year, but this kind of shows a bad precedence that it is more concerned with the revenue it received with becoming bowl eligible rather than the disciplinary actions. So they're turning the other cheek after this melee to kind of show they're in support of their football team, which gained some great revenue. But unfortunately, this is a bad precedence, and hopefully other schools will not continue what Miami is doing. For Last Call, I'm Nick Lumley. Back to the desk.
That was very good, Nick.
Sounds like a pretty sticky situation there.
Yeah, kind of looked like what we did last weekend at homecoming.
Weird.
Anyway, hey, we're probably going to see you guys next week. I hope if you come back after this little.
Yeah. Hopefully, please.
We're going to call this a show.
It's really not that
quote,
bad.
Unquote show. So you're going to go to the Monmouth game this weekend?
Oh yeah, I'm actually up at the tailgate for the track team. We're having a track team tailgate at 11, and then I'm actually helping hand out free hometown pizza. So if you're all about hometown, you might as well stop by. It's at halftime.
Don't miss that. Make sure you're at the game. And seriously, come back next week. We'll have highlights and we'll have much, much, much more. This is Colonial Sports Center.
Bye, guys.